communities, don't you? What does that look and feel like?
Well, I guess actually probably the surprising thing coming back to work in Australia over the last 6 or 7 years after working overseas, one thing that surprised me initially was a lack of courage amongst a lot of leaders. And it surprised me. It's like, how is a country with so many resources and so many amazingly like people with so much expertise and resources at their fingertips are scared to act? And I think we've had a lot to, even, you know, senior people in government, senior people in industry have kind of been paralysed and saying to me, look, we know what we need to do, but it's just not the right time, or I don't think people are ready for it yet. And I think that's just changed. I think now there's a disruption that I'm seeing people now go, okay, now is the time. I'm ready. So even if I don't have all the answers, so what I was initially going to say was exactly what Jane said, not surprisingly, is how do we sit with that complexity? Now there's a push. So it's about how do we actually support people to go with that momentum and saying, you've got a lot less to lose now. Actually, you've got a lot more to gain by standing up and taking a position on this. I guess where I see people who are more courageous generally, there's two things. So there's a desperate need right in front of them that's forcing them to act. They're already connected with others. So they actually have a group around them, might even be a small group, but they've got that connection that they're not on their own. They've got people backing them. But the other thing I think is often missing from the conversation is people have confidence in their own, for want of a better term, their own political skills to actually navigate that pushback. Like, so they've actually, because it's actually a political project rather than anything else. When you get that pushback, when you're not popular, as I think Chris said before, is how do you think creatively about where are the spaces for change and what do you need to set up to maximize the chance that that's actually going to take root, the changes that you're talking about. So I think we need to do a lot more capacity building around our political skills as well, which probably isn't a popular thing to say to engineers who like a very technical solution, but it's our social skills and our political skills that are just as important around, because you're trying to change a system, whether that's your workplace, even in the workplace, like there's hierarchies, there's systems set up. So how do we intervene in them and get everyone comfortable that change can actually go forward and not get squashed or pushed back because it's threatening to people?
Yeah. Amanda,